crypto market is not bad. It's still $2.5 trillion and above. We came back there, we bounced 2.7, now 2.65, we're still remaining there. The top cryptos is kind of, making that $60,000, especially Bitcoin, is now making it as a support range. So if it remains there for some time, we are looking for a up run, right? So now, when you see a lot of different assets are going to go to the upside, like say Loopring was shooting out. Then previously we had decentralized Mana doing that. Don't get confused and jump in between. If you're already in there, you're positioned well, great, take your profits and do take at your targets, because you would have entered based on a 4-hour chart or a daily or 3-day or weekly, depending upon what kind of trader you are. So you definitely need to understand that. Say for example, especially for Loopring, back in July, this was the situation, right? You're looking at it on July 21st. So now it's August, September, October done, and you're entering November. It has gone upside. So we had our targets, we were following it. Say this is a chart which I posted on July, and then we had a recent one in which I was saying, okay, fine, it's not doing that great, but it shows definitely we are going to bounce from here, and the upside was actually good. So right now, if you look at that asset, it has started to burst. So that's why I highlighted, if you are already in these coins, positioned well enough, you are making money, because you are positioned well. When the market takes off, you are making all of it. Now the question comes down, or it actually boils down towards XRP. People are asking, okay, we see a lot of small coins, big coins, others moving higher, but what about XRP? It's not moving. And people directly points towards the SEC case and say, okay, this is not happening anything because of SEC. Now, yes, it has its own. Now, I'm just typing in SEC instead of XRP. Okay, so if you look at XRP USD on a daily, 3-day, weekly, you see it's doing a different pattern here. Great. Now, you go look at XLM, which is kind of, similar asset but peer-to-peer idea. Just XRP is a wholesale idea where XLM is peer-to-peer. You come here and you look at this asset and you kind of see, okay, it's also at support. It hasn't ran up too much, but right now it has similar pattern there. So it's not only the SEC case lagging, it's about the market, right? The market has its own cycle and it's going to happen. Now, I know it's hard to believe, but I'm going to show you one asset with this. So this is XRP chart. So when you look at here, what do you see? Say you have one level of resistance here. Then if you consider your support range, you have it somewhere close here. Great. Now, if you are following this correctly, you had a pattern like this where you are doing not exactly too great, but you are showing a rounded bottom there, which usually is a good signal. Now, you see this as a base pattern here. Now, the drawing is not that exact, clear and beautiful, but you get the idea here. Now, say for example, you're jumping onto some of the explosive assets like Dent. You come here and you see something similar, which makes your thought process go, okay, even in the macro scale, Dent looks same. Now, when you zoom in to look at the same time frame which we discussed, you get again something similar here. The pattern is repeating itself. So when you say, or people kind of push you down saying, okay, there is a case in SEC and it's not going to do anything much, you do have to understand the market cycle is playing itself. Now, when you have confusion about these, I know there is going to be a ton of FUD confusion and all. Go look at what happened with SEC previously and where we are right now. So if the case is going negative, this won't be happening like this, because on the other end of this, you go to XRP ledger and see what's happening behind there, what you are here for. Because a lot of people now, with the case, with the price lagging, a lot of assets are pumping, they have a question, am I in the right asset? If you are not sure about why you entered this asset, take your time and ensure you are in the right coin. Because for me, I'm heavy in XRP and I'm looking for whatever has happened recently, analyzing why I took this decision. And I'm like, okay, I didn't take a wrong turn. It's the right path for me. Just the patience is required. So you go through this and you see like, okay, what is this system? We all know that it's the fastest, energy efficient, all those perks which comes with XRP ledger. Then you look at, okay, what's the future perspective? And it definitely looks like we have all of it. It's proven, right? You have been operating there for a long time and you are not having an issue, which is the best stuff. You try moving one of your balance from any ERC20 token towards another exchange, you'll understand what I'm talking about. The friction, the low cost effectiveness and other stuffs of XRP ledger. Now we come look at what they're aiming for. Decentralized exchange. Now maybe you're in Binance, maybe you're in other exchanges like that, but we do have decentralized exchanges coming up where you have more security mentally. We are moving away from the centralized systems. So now you look at how it works, you read through it, you understand it if you don't exactly. Because right now, you have the news going like this. XRP ledger payments could go offline with new proof of payment protocol. So adoption, expansion is happening. If you are in for the fundamentals, you are literally looking at how it's rolling on. You're looking at the rate of adoption, you're looking at the expansion rate, and then you're looking for the new brain power coming into the protocol. If the developers are expanding behind the screen, that definitely means the value is increasing. And if you and me understand that, and you think like an investor, you're like, okay, fine, I'm investing on them because I believe on what they look forward to. And that's how we understand it. And if you go look at other side of it, where a lot of people are screaming, okay, buy this. I'm like, okay, fine, but this looks a little bit concerning to me. Okay, so if you look at this, 95%, it's like, okay, that's for me, it's not good. It doesn't actually look good. Then you look at the BTC and it's something similar, not that different. So now most of the assets would be like this, but the difference in percentage would matter a lot, because right now you see regulators coming in, stepping hard. So you have to definitely look at all the different types of stuff. But keep in mind, they tried to kill this industry and they were not successful. They have repeatedly tried this over and over again, and they will definitely try that again. But understand, investors understand what's coming, and that's why they are high on these assets. When they do this stuff, say every November when we have this, you do have to understand we are going to go through the roof. That has happened. So if the history is repeating, we are going to have this swell event which is coming from November. And if you get some of the announcement which we anticipate, like some of the central bank, let it be small, let it be big, but it's still adoption. So if it's coming out, that's going to be huge, because just with the Q3 report, you got a lot of new ideas. Say the new corridors, say how it's actually expanding itself. That's massive, showing 3 out of 5 banks is actually going for the ODL from RIPPLENET. That's huge. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. Now, I would like to highlight, we have actually surpassed like 2 years of the Scientific Investor channel, and that's a lot of support from you guys. Without you guys, this is not possible, and this was never possible without you guys. So I really appreciate all you guys tuning in, hitting that like button and supporting the channel. So guys, yes, as we go further, I personally think with the crypto market having another leg up for another year and then moving towards the bearish cycle, we may need to go through a lot of different approach to understand what's happening in the market right now. We may use different type of indicators, we may use different type of analysis, and look how that's rolling out. So now, as we discussed, we may have to go deep in the technicals. When you look at this, say for example, the basic stuff, you go look at the MACD, it's about to cross to the upside, and it's showing you a trend which is moving to the upside. That's green, that's positive. No one will argue with you. Now, previously, we didn't have that. We were actually crossing to the downside even by mid of this month, right? So that is a significant change. Now, you step on and you look at a 3-day chart. So before you were getting rejected here early this month, say but first half of this month, right? Now you are slowing down, you're going back up in the MACD at a time when your RSI is showing, okay, I'm slowly bouncing back from that support. Now, why do I call it a support? Because it has been respecting that line from 3 bounces. You get 2 or more, it's great. You get 3 to more, that's perfect in technical analysis. Now, if you put that into perspective, you go on to a weekly. Now we understand that, okay, we have been in this range for some time, and this is important. I don't know how many of you guys gave the proper importance to this one, but understand the bottom here with the double bottom sign was back in early 2020, where we started moving to the upside. In between, yes, we did have the SEC coming, pouring the water above it, but we regained the strength. We came back up. Now, if that is the trend, increase in RSI, and at the same time you're getting this in price, that shows something. If you don't believe in the price, if you don't believe in this asset, someone else definitely does, because that is the only chance you see the price going up. Because at the time you look at XRP, you also understand some critical stuff, right? You are not getting that amount of supply coming into the market. Each time when the supply is coming into the market, they are putting 850 as an average back in. Say a billion comes in, they put an 850 million back. That's huge. They are not just flooding the market with the supply. The supply is being controlled, and it's now at a space where it's not an issue. People do understand that every first of the month this is going to happen, then they're going to put it back. So in this scale, if you look at Steadfast, you'll understand in Twitter, you'll understand that that's going to take 22 years in this manner. So they're transparent. They give you the idea of how the supply demand economics is going to work there. So you should be preparing for that mentally, and then look at the price as we go deep. This actually shows us a lot of stuff, right? On a monthly, you have a candle which we talked about previously. Now, just talking about it doesn't make sense, but when we see that in the price action happening here, say on a monthly, you see a continuation pattern here previously. Great. So right now, the possibility that you're going to have something similar is very much higher. Now, why do I say it's very much higher? You come here, downside, you look at the RSI, and you see it's bouncing again from the support. Because at that time, your MACD is moving to the upside. Now, that's a monthly chart you're looking at. So when people are saying, okay, I'm going bearish, this asset will not do much, it's up to you what you want to believe. But definitely, I don't think so. Yes, we can agree that most of us have a big XRP position in our own portfolio, and right now it's reducing. Why? Because XRP is not doing much and the other assets are slowly moving up. That's actually great. So if you are meeting your targets, and if you still want to increase your XRP holdings, you are taking that profit from there and adding on here. And that's what a lot of guys in our memberships are actually doing, right? They are being positioned well in different assets, and once these break high, they get 5, 10, 15x. They are taking a good part of it and moving it into XRP. Why? Because they strongly believe in the fundamentals. They definitely understand what's happening with the project. So as a project, if they are going to thrive, you have to ask that question to yourself. If they are putting in a lot of money and they are bringing in a lot of brain capital, and all of them coming from the top areas of finance, why would they come in? Now, yeah, if you talk like that, it goes much more in feeling like, okay, conspiracy. But if you look at the reality, that happens. And that's why we say, like, okay, this is a critical month. This is November. And usually, if you look back in November, last November, we had that swell event that we actually popped. And SEC came in, with a bucket of water, pouring it on. Yes, that did happen. But key stuff there is you were consolidating after an uptick, slowing down, having that checkmate pattern just before the swell event. Then with that, you went up. So right now you look at this, you went up, you came down, and you're doing a little bit of checkmate pattern. So the highlight is that you have a week more to do the checkmate pattern before you actually start moving up. But with the anticipation of what's going to happen in this swell event, people may flock in. Why? Because a lot of other assets which they own are giving them a lot of profit. You go in Coin Paprika or Coin Market Cap looking at this, you see like this. Okay, a lot of coins are in green. A lot of them are doing big numbers. People are taking their profits. So when they are doing that, they definitely would be adding on. Why? Because they know November is a key month for XRP. Swell event is coming in. We are anticipating a lot of big announcements, and that means huge price action. So if you are well aware of the fundamental side of it, you're like, okay, fine, let me see what the technical shows. And you come back here and you see this bounce here with the engulfing panel and then the bull flag. That's bullish. I don't know how you guys are going to digest it, but the reality is it's still bullish. When you see a little bit risky asset doing same pattern in this correction and the consolidation, and XRP, XLM and some others doing the same, you really can anticipate that the price action is going to be volatile here. XRP may act like a risky asset moving to the upside with that volatility, because when you move up, definitely believe you are going to get long wicks to the downside. So the trailing stop losses, those quick trade-ins, they're going to be kicked out. And that will definitely happen if you are not well aware and prepared for your trades. So guys, if you definitely want those updates, these kind of updates for your portfolio, you can definitely look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below, and this is the start of the month, so you get the maximum value for what you pay for. Now if you look at through this, you are going to get a lot of different updates going through in and out, looking at a lot of different assets. You understand which is risky, where you should be cautious, where you should be slowing down, and you understand which one has more opportunity to double down on, right? For next 2 months, next 3 months, how are you going to position yourself? That is what we try to give and deliver in the Patreon. So guys, if you received value for your time, please do hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done that already. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.